So final video for the day. Now this video I've labeled spoilers because I have to. Because there's a lot to talk about with The Force Awakens in this. Now, in the movie The Force Awakens, we learn the parentage of one of our three new main characters. Well, Poe Dameron. Poe Dameron's parents you can actually read about in the comics. Finn, Rey, and Kylo Ren. Now, we learn who Kylo Ren is. Again, I put spoilers on this. Don't complain to me about spoilers, but just in case, in 5 seconds, or when the fingers are gone, spoilers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have been warned. He is Ben Solo. He is the son of Han Solo and Leia. Now, to be fair, Ben is the son of Luke in the Legends universe, but whatever. Now in the new canon, he's Han Solo's son. Perfectly fine. So he is the son of Han Solo. We do not learn the parentage of either Finn or Luke or Rey. We do not. They do not give us the last names either. And they've said that Finn and Rey's last names are being withheld for a reason. There's a reason we don't know their last names, which obviously means that they are both the offspring of some character we know. Now, we'll touch on Rey first. Rey, throughout the movie, we learn, again, spoilers, she's Force sensitive. In fact, she's very Force sensitive. She's very strong in the Force. Now, it's very much hinted that she is the daughter of Luke Skywalker, that she is a Skywalker. But at the same time, there's a lot of stuff that contradicts that argument. One, she doesn't know who Luke Skywalker is. She thought Luke Skywalker was just a myth at the very beginning. She even says that. It's like, I thought he was a myth. Like, so that lends credence to the fact she didn't even know Luke existed, basically. At the same time, though, she was dropped off by parents. We never saw the parents on a desert planet with no real memory of them, I'm guessing. Because as far as we can tell, she doesn't remember who her parents are. She just knows that her parents left them there. It's possible. There's two scenarios you go about this. One, when Kylo Ren goes crazy and kills and betrays Luke in the war and kills all his students. One of the remaining students was Rey, his daughter, or just a student. And to hide her, he Jedi mind wiped her memory, which I think you can do, and left her on the planet for her own safety until another point in time. And at the same time, though, she could just be a student of his that he dropped off on there for her own safety as well. Or she could just be a Force sensitive that, that's just the way it is, and, she found her way to Luke. I highly doubt that, because she's clearly a known character. But there's another way to look at this. There are several instances where Han gives her a look that says, I know who this girl is. Maz Kanata asked him, who's the girl? We cut away from that explanation of who the girl is. Who she is. That Han's basically, when Han's asked that question. It's very possible Han knew who she was. Now, is she a Solo? At this point, I actually don't think she is a Solo. I don't think that. I did originally think she and Ren were Solos. I was 50% right on that, at least. But I don't think she's a Solo. She's either a Skywalker, which is possible. It's entirely possible. But part of me doesn't believe she's a Skywalker at this point. I mean, I'm not going to be shocked if she isn't a Skywalker, and I'm not going to fault anyone for believing she is. It's very possible she could be, but it's also possible she's not. But there's a great theory I heard that, what if Kylo was born from characters from the light? What if Rey was born from characters from the darkness? Her name is actually a name of a character who was a villain. Like Palpatine, for instance. What if she is the offspring of Palpatine? You ever think of that? That would be weird, man. Or fuck it. Plagueis wasn't his actual name. We don't know what his actual name was. But Fett, Fett, that'd be, Boba Fett would be pushing it. What, just theorize on it. What if she is, in fact, not a Skywalker, but a villain's son? And it's a contradiction. Because it's a Skywalker story. They did say that. They did say this is a Skywalker story. And so it's very possible she is a Skywalker. And I'm not disclaiming that at all. But what if, and it's a great theory. I like the theory. What if Kylo is the son of the light turned to dark, and Rey was the daughter of the dark turned to light? What if it's a weird kind of a mixed match opposite bout. That would be really cool and interesting. I'd love to see that kind of storytelling being played out. Maybe Snoke's her dad. You ever think of that? That would be weird, man. And the way he also described, the way Snoke kind of has weird and bring her before me as you we never see her. I'm certain there's probably going to be a moment where she faces against Snoke in some way, shape, or form and loses terribly. If Snoke is Plagueis, or if Snoke is just a Sith that's reemerged, he is leagues beyond her. Even if she trains for Luke's amount of time, she is leagues beyond her. Or he is leagues beyond her. But I like that theory more, that she's not a Skywalker. She is a son of maybe a Darksider turned light, and vice versa. So that's an interesting theory. Now, going on to Finn, here's the thing. Obviously, Finn's name's being withheld. So clearly his actual real name is a withheld name from a character. Please do not be Calrissian. You do not know how many fans you were going to upset by saying he's a Calrissian. Because you just make the universe smaller that way. You do. Yeah, I mean, yeah, making them the offspring of characters just, but it makes it smaller too. But at the same time, it's a stupid thing to do. Don't do that. Do not do that, please. That being said, he could, Windu, I see, they're trying to steer away from the prequels as much as possible. They made a nice reference to the Clone Army, though. That was a good reference, and a good way to reference that. But Windu, I'd have less problems with it. But that being said, is he even Force sensitive? I actually think he is Force sensitive for one of two reasons. One, in the scene that we see where he's the first fight, he goes kind of like into battle shock, like a shell shock kind of. He can't process what's going on because it's the first time he's actually been in combat. At the same time, though, you could make the argument that he's sensing things in a different way for the first time. I think it's more he's just shell-shocked. But at the same time, he handles a lightsaber fairly competently. Now, granted, you can make that argument that he is just a well-trained stormtrooper trained to take on Jedi, because these stormtroopers are trained to take on Jedi. We see this. They are weapons specifically designed to take on lightsabers. Finn gets his ass kicked in the block. He holds his own all right, but he ends up losing the fight against a guy with basically a vibro baton staff thing. Now, that being said, you still need kind of at least some level of midichlorian count to, and I made a midichlorian thing. Actually, a friend of mine made a good point that it's not the Force isn't created by midichlorians, it's vice versa. Your midichlorian count is dependent on the Force and how Force sensitive you are. They're just a byproduct of the Force. And if Lucas had explained it like that, I don't think not anyone, I think a lot less people, myself included, would have had less of a problem with midichlorians. You explain it like this, that they're a byproduct of the Force. It shows how Force sensitive you are, but it's a byproduct of the Force. It's not created by the Force. Doesn't create the Force. That could have been a far easier and far better explanation. I think we all would have accepted that far easier that way. But no, you have to have a degree of Force sensitivity to be able to understand where the blade is, because the blade has little to no mass whatsoever. It is a blade of plasma, so it's very light, so you need to know where to place your blade movements, where the blade is at all times. And Finn, you look at him, he's trained obviously in combat, but he's trained well enough to that... he's trained well enough in combat, but are they taught to use lightsabers? Now, in the original artwork for the original trilogy, stormtroopers were trained to use lightsabers. I don't see any stormtrooper here wielding any sort of lightsaber. Staves, yes. Lightsabers, no. So how is he capable of utilizing a lightsaber that effectively, probably having no prior experience other than just decent stormtrooper training? I think he has some Force sensitivity to him. I think he does. He's able to go, granted, Kylo Ren's injured, and he's rage-fueled, and he's a whiny little brat, and he hasn't had any real competition to go up against for a while. So when he's fighting Kylo Ren's generally dominating the fight and does beat Finn, but Finn holds his own fairly well. He does. So I think he does have some Force sensitivity. Now, how does that play into who his character is? You know what? Fuck it. I'm still thinking he's a Skywalker. They did not disprove the Skywalker theory. I think he's a Skywalker. They did not disprove it in the movie. Granted, Rey may very well actually turn out to be the Skywalker, but until proven wrong, I've still got another year and a half to be proven wrong on it, and if they don't prove it in that one, another year and a half to disprove it again. So screw all you who doubt me. I still think Finn Skywalker will be his name, or whatever his actual name is. But who knows in the long run? It's all up for debate, and we'll find out eventually. We'll learn this by the end of the new trilogy. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Always love doing a Star Wars video, especially around the holidays. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll review something at some point. Now, nothing more tonight because Christmas Eve. I will have at least 2 videos up, one for a movie or whatever I see. Maybe I'll just see Star Wars again. Actually, I'm probably going to see either Concussion or Daddy's Home. I have no real... even though I hear good things about Joy, I have no interest to really see Joy. And what was the other one? Oh, Point Break can suck it. Because I'm not going to spend money on Point Break. I'm not in a position to be spending money on movies that I have a choice to see better movies than not better movies. It'll probably be either Concussion or Daddy's Home. I'll probably flip a coin on it. I'll have my, at least, because we know the trailer for Deadpool pops up tomorrow, so I'll have at least one trailer reaction up, or trailer review. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Season's greetings, season's endings. See ya. We'll see you tomorrow. And I hope you all have a happy holidays. Merry Christmas, first and foremost, though. I don't mind the happy holidays, but I don't think there's a war on Christmas. There is no war on Christmas. People just got all politically correct about it. It's like, no, Merry Christmas to all of you. Merry Christmas to all of you. And for those of you who don't celebrate Christmas, a Merry Christmas to you. If you'd like me to say, wish you Happy Kwanzaa, Merry Hanukkah, or whatever you want to say, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa, and everything in between, good, all of those too. So, yeah, season's greetings and a good night, folks.